In this video, we're going to cover how to use custom JavaScript in a rich text input to select text when it's highlighted. And then we're going to store that as a variable. We're also going to copy that to our clipboard. So that way, if you want, you can paste it into Google or send it to an AI to some action taken on it. But for today's video, we're going to cover how to write JavaScript in WeWeb on a workflow in this rich text input that's going to select the text once highlighted. And then again, we're going to store that in a variable and then also show you how to copy that to clipboard and then bind that to text on the page. The first thing that we need to do is add a rich text input to this container that I have set up here. I just have it in this container so it's easier to work with. Now let's add a little bit more height to this rich text. So we're going to go to height. We'll just say like 400 pixels. Easy for us to see and work with there. Now this is demo showing how to select text. So right now you'll see if we open the inspector, check the console, if I do this, nothing happens. And so the first thing I need to do is go into my rich text over here in the workflow. We're going to add a workflow. We're just going to say select text workflow. So on click, I want custom JavaScript, select text. And now we need to write some code here, window dot get selection to string, and then trim. So now essentially this should select our text once highlighted. There you go. You can see it right there showing. So now custom JavaScript is built into this rich text input. So once you select it, it's getting the text. So let's now store this in a variable. But before we store it in a variable, we have to create a variable. So over here, let's just say selected text demo. Let's just leave it as text, say preserve on navigation. And now we can change the variable value here. So update value with selected text. And now we want the variable that we just created and we're going to bind it to the result of this here, which is currently showing. So now if I show you my variables, it's going to be this one. It's storing it there. And so now the next thing that we could do is I just want to show you how you can bind that to an element. So let's just add a heading here and then click on the element, go to text, and then we can bind it to that variable, selected demo. So now this is going to change as we drag this. And I have this workflow just set up on click. So the next thing to do here is just add a copy to clipboard. So copy to clipboard, copy to clipboard. And then we're going to take the result from that variable here and store it in our clipboard. So now this time, if I go demo showing, it's updating there, it's updating in our variable, and then I could also paste it in my URL there. So you could have a workflow set up so that way once you select this, it could fire off to an LLM, do an action on that text. You could do a number of things. You could search Google while I'm just like doing this. But for this demonstration, we are just showing you how to store it in a variable. We are updating text, we're binding it to text, and then also you're copying it to clipboard. So highlight that, it's going to be copied to my clipboard. And so that is how you work with selecting text using custom JavaScript in a rich text input.